We don't need that one and that one. But we've got a few things to do today. Welcome. Happy Sunday afternoon. And I hope you're all doing well. And we're going to cut some of the things that we chopped up on the saw the other day. And going to start off with my gloves on. See if that helps. Get these out of the bags. We'll have a few people coming in. Hey, Stephen, how are you? I don't know why the platform is not shooting out your lives to me. I saw the highlight from the live, but for some reason it's not shooting out your lives to me when they're coming on. Yeah, doing pretty good. It's starting to get a little warm down here, I'll tell you. Like, I don't know how long an egg would take to fry on the front of the car, but I would say 5 to 10 seconds. In the car, you could probably poach people. So it's getting really hot. And that's expected. It's a little bit different. I don't know if it is up north yet. It feels a little bit different down here sun-wise. Almost a little more scorching, I think is the right word. Normally it's humid, it magnifies the sun, and yeah, it gets hot. But feels a little different this year for some reason. So, let's see how we do. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see if a few people come in or not. '60s sounds fantastic. Yeah, '60s sounds wonderful. So let's see how this is going to go. I don't know if I have to restart this, Stephen, or not. I don't know. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. It's RocksAlot, and it's hot. We're outside. I got water over here and here, which is going to help. Got my safety gloves on early today, so we're going to see if that helps. And we're going to try and actually shape and polish some of the material that we cut last week. We did already try a bit of the cotton candy last week. Just they're beautiful colors. Druzys are pretty good. This one's a little more orange. Look at that. Yeah, normally, I see people that come in late and I'm on the Zam already that wanted to be here, and then I see people that come in early, but we're going to do what we do. So this was the Unicorn Jasper, and I chopped it up into several different shapes. Some of it decided to do its own shape, like here. So I was cutting along there pretty straight, and then it sort of fractured out to another line over here. So some of this that I'm doing this week is really kind of reviewing materials, not the slabbing perfection of it, but the actual material itself, to see sort of the do's and don'ts, the things to look out for. Yeah. Hey everybody, if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up, that would be fantastic. It helps push out the live a little bit. So this is Unicorn Jasper. Beautiful greens. We're going to try some of that. Freckle Cat she's felting right now. Hey, let me see if I can do this. Let's try this. Yeah, I think I can do this. So without doing that, let's see if we can do this. Let's try this. Let's see. There we go. That's one of her latest creations. So she's inside doing 3D felting, and she literally takes giant balls of loose wool and needles them into shapes and critters. Let's do this one. See if this works. Can't see this one. There you go. But yeah, fun stuff. Toby's busy. He got a new bone that he's jumping on inside, so he's pretty happy. And then later on, I'm going to show, I went to a house for an estate. It was absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to, well, there's 21 people in here. Why not show it? I'll show it now to see if I can find it. And there we go. So let's see if I can get this right. Here is the front of the house. Look at that. So we don't get many 2-story homes down here, and this is like a 4-story home. So this was walking up to the estate sale yesterday. I took a lot of video inside that I may upload. This was the back of the house. Oop. So this guy was a scientist and an engineer, and he actually did the architecture on this building himself. The inside's gorgeous. Now, if you want to take a look at the view, this was the view outside, looking onto one of our local lakes. Look at that. Woo-wee. So if you've got, I think it was 1.79 million, we can all scrape it together, and yeah, we can buy it. We'll all live together. Had a beautiful pool hall down the bottom. It had like 3 kitchens throughout it. I counted probably 10 beds in there. I mean, it's a fantastic, even if you didn't live there, it'd be a fantastic business opportunity. Not that I've got that kind of money. I don't. But yeah. So I sat out there for a little while. I didn't buy much. All right. Enough of that. Exactly. See, I'd be out there pretty much all year round. Let's go back to what I'm meant to be doing. And go this way. All right, and that was a little trial on the green screen too. And then I also had the sort of minty green block I wanted to try. I'm going to try and cut some cabs out of that. The extra saw marks I did yesterday were pretty awful, but I did find that it was real good for trimming up stones, just to trim them up, and it'd be less work on the machine. So I need to do that more often. I think we are going to start shaping this one, which is a piece of Unicorn Jasper. Let's bring you over. Let me get this turned on. Let me put these to the side here. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Been a great week for me. Hi Marek, how are you? And I hope life's treating you as well as it's been treating me lately. I've been doing rather well. Went to the doctor last week. He says I'm gonna live. So that's good. And let's do a quick review on this material. This is Unicorn Jasper. And it fractured slightly when cutting it on my saw, but my saw is not the best. But as you can see, it's got little inclusions in there, which are natural. And you just have to sort of cut around those. You see how it goes across the top there as well, sort of right. I'm pointing in the phone instead of helping you guys, but right across the top there. So hopefully we get this nice little piece in the middle. Yeah, we're going to turn on the Genie. I work on a Diamond Pacific Genie. And these are little air geysers that spit up water, and that helps the silica from going up in the air and into my lungs. Birds are very noisy today. Let's see. Oh, I need to do my double chat. Excuse me. Need to change a few settings so I can see everything. And the flash, that'll help when we're looking at them. That looks much better. Okay. Let's see how this cuts. Never cut this material before. Pretty soft. So yeah, pretty soft. So it should shape up pretty quick. I imagine maybe the white areas maybe a little bit harder, but we'll find that as I go around this corner. We might hear the difference. I'm going to bring over the other water as well. We get nice and soaked. There we go. Let's see if we can hear the difference. And you can, and you see it. So just that little noise was that little bit of white sticking out the top. And yeah, so the white is much harder than sort of the green area. Much harder. So I have to be really careful about undercutting in certain spots. Hi everybody. And I wanted to say a quick hi and welcome to all the new subscribers. We had quite a few come in this week during the shorts, so thank you for that. And I really appreciate the super chats and the rubies from the last live. Thank you so much. It all goes back into, I'm putting it all aside and I'm going to see if we can make it up to a machine. A little bit noisy on this wheel. I don't know who's having sales today. I'm sure there's a lot of sales going on. They did the Preakness yesterday, and there's the only thing I saw going on today was like the PGA Golf. So. Yeah, it's pretty. So the only hard part about it is going to be the little fractures that I saw up the top, Steve, and then the difference between the hardness of sort of the greeny area and the white area. That white is so much harder, so it's going to be really easy to undercut. Kind of counterintuitive. So when you get to the hard spots, you actually want to push softly, more softly than you normally would. If you push hard, I don't know if I can do it without going through the stone. Let's see if I can do it. I'm going to try and push here and here at the same time. And you can kind of see it, but this side came down so much quicker than the other side. Like this is so soft at the top. You can hear the change in the sound on the machine. And then we're coming back into some of the white again. And you hear it screeching just a little bit more. So this is all white, all white. And then I get to this area. That screech starts to go down just a little bit. So look, hi everybody. Not sure which side I like better. Yeah, this is gonna be a little trickier than it looks. At least on my end, it's gonna be a little trickier. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting a thumbs up, that'd be fantastic. I go live on Sundays at 2 and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love everybody to be here, but if you want to get notified, then definitely hit that subscribe button. If you hit the thumbs up, nobody really knows that it was you that did it, but it helps with my interaction and pushing the video out for me. So I greatly appreciate that. And then all you lurkers, please remain where you are, because I'm one of those lurkers as well on other channels. So you're also more than welcome to be here. So I'm very happy that you're here. And this is Unicorn Jasper, and I'm just trying it out. It's the first time I've ever cut this material, and the only difficulty of it so far is this darker area is much softer than the white area. The white area is almost like, kind of like a marble, maybe more like an opal. Opal without any color, that is. Let's see if I can get this going. Uh-oh. We have a problem. Oh no, that's a shame. Well, I have a little saw mark right in the middle. Look at that. That is an issue. So now, I left a little bit over here that I can work with. And I can bring this in some. But that is a problem. So, let me bring this in. So, just in me coming around that corner right here, and me leaving the same pressure, I've flattened that whole top out. That's how soft that is. See how it just flattened it out? So that's going to be difficult. So now I got a saw mark and a flat spot. So maybe if I bring it down on this top edge to the white, maybe. Alright, that changed everything. And it may turn out that you cannot really do calibrated stones with this material. it's just too soft. So I'm gonna bring it in. It changes the whole plan. Hi everybody. So we just ran into a couple little issues. One, this darker area is much harder material. I mean much softer material, and it literally just flattened out on the top there. I'm not going to be able to get through all these wheels without that staying flat, so I got to bring it down to some of the white area or the lighter area. I think it was Candy that was talking about undercutting stones the other day when he's using a Dremel. Very easy to do it with a wheel on the grinder too. Hi everybody, welcome in. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up for me, that would really help me. Even if you just stay for 30-40 seconds, I really appreciate you. Or say hi in the chat, love to see you in the chat. I know some of us Sundays are just our quiet time. Oof, this is cutting funny. How's my saw mark going? Still here. I'm not sure what to do about that. Gotta keep bringing it in. Back a wheel, it's just a little bit quicker. Hey everybody. It was going to be an oval. Hi Star, how are you? Alexi, it was going to be an oval, but this material, first time cutting it, has a large difference in the hardnesses of the material. The white to the darker green is just, it's a vast difference. This dark area is very, very soft, and the white area is very, very hard. So yeah. Yeah, lots of people popping in today, which I'm happy about. I'm going to do this for the next wheel, and then I might have to reassess how I'm cutting this material, because it might be that I can only do free forms on it. So because I had to bring this in because of the saw mark, it's still there, but I'm going to be able to round that edge off. I got to bring this side in now to sort of even it out. Star, I have your stones picked out. What was I going to talk about? I'm having a hard time pricing stuff, and not because I don't know what to charge, just, I don't know. I feel like you guys are my friends at the same time, and I kind of think you should get friends prices. That's just me in my head. But I was kind of working it out before I came on live, not for the stuff that you wanted, Star, actually for the other gentleman. And, it's a really nice turquoise. This isn't turquoise, I'm talking about another stone that I cut, that a gentleman purchased. And the rough alone cost me, I think it was $150 for a quarter pound, which I think a quarter pound is about 113 grams. And then, not all of those stones in that lot will cut. And then even the stones that you do cut, on average, sort of industry average, a lapidurist only gets about 20% of the original weight. So 20% is like 23 and a quarter. Anyway, once you turn it into carats, from 1 gram to 5 carats, it's costing, it's $1 a carat, basically. And that's not including my work. So how much do I charge per carat for my work? So on that particular piece of turquoise, I'm charging $2 a carat, which is well below sort of industry prices. I got a bargain, you guys get a bargain. You get access to some stones that you wouldn't necessarily get access to. But I still make just enough that I can go out and buy more material. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. Yeah, I know, Steve. It's hard. And so when I was doing the jeweler's commissions, I went and talked to him about it, and I've talked to several other people about it. People said the lapidary work somewhere between 25 and, a top-notch lapidurist and 65 an hour. So I am definitely not at the top of that tier. It's getting closer. So yeah, just some thoughts that went through and trying to price stuff. And really, at this point, I just want to make the money back that I spent on the material and the time. And that's really it. I'm not putting sort of business costs on top of it. It's really just labor and material. All right, slowly coming in. Got to come in just a little bit more. Hi, everybody. Yeah, no, that's Steve, that's, straight up work for a jeweler. And that's when you've been around with probably 10, 20 years of experience, which I don't think either one of us have yet. We're not far off. And then other things that matter are the type of material you're cutting, the shape that you're cutting, is it calibrated, non-calibrated? Anyway, a lot goes into it, a lot of thought goes into it. And I haven't come up with the right equation yet. I know, Star. The other question, Star, is will you take a screenshot of the alien cabochon you were talking about? And then email me. And what's the other question? Oh, and I do not have WhatsApp at this point, which my family was screaming at me to get. I'm still trying to get rid of the flat spot. Still got the little saw mark. But I'm going to take this under the third wheel. Well, first I'm going to bring this down all the way around. So let's go ahead and do that. Hey, Tog. So now I got to try and bring it down here to get the saw mark out of there. This is where it's going to get interesting because I don't know if I'm going to undercut this edge or not. It's such a difference in hardnesses. So I'm going to start with the hard part first and bring it down. Come on. And you see where I started right there? Going to go a little bit lower. So that there. And I'm going to bring that all the way around that top edge. I could probably come a little bit lower actually. But I think we'll fix that up after. So here we go. Now I gotta go softer. This is not easy. So much softer here. I can't press too hard here. I just gotta let the wheel do the work. Hopefully keeping my angle correct. Oh, it got soft right there. You can hear it on the wheel when it goes from hard to soft and soft to hard. Alright, let's see my saw mark. You see the level, I just brought it down. And now here comes the super hard part coming around this last little stretch right here. Is super, super soft. See the saw mark right there? Where are we? There we go. That's the saw mark. That's how much I have left on this girdle edge. Sorry, I went back on my line. Going back over what I've done already, I haven't even hit that soft spot yet. I've pretty much run around the whole stone. I'm still too far out here, so I'm going to bring that in. Just a little podgy on that side there. And it's probably podgy because that edge is really hard right here. Hi everybody. How's everybody doing? Yeah, go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. Just double tap it or tap up the top there. So poured it in mostly. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just a tiny bit more. I start bringing it down again so everything's even around the whole stone. Sometimes you have to do this 2, 3, maybe even 4 times just to get it right. But I'm better off getting it right here than going 3 more wheels in and having to come all the way back. I'll lose a lot more of this stone. Still haven't hit the soft spot yet, the super soft spot. So a lot of times it's true to say that a softer stone is easier and quicker to get these first few wheels on. In this case it is not. Okay, I think I'm pretty good. Oop. I gotta watch out for slippage. And some people would dop it at this stage. It does make it a little bit easier to handle. Wow, hi everybody. Welcome. So, obviously RocksAlot is the channel. I go live on Sundays and Thursdays. Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, I put up shorts during the week. So, like myself, who needs a little quicker gratification, I put the shorts up so you can see some of the highlights from the live. But I love having you guys here on a live too. And if ever you see a stone, no freckle patch there somewhere, but if ever you see a stone that you like and might like to think about purchasing, just screenshot that. That is my email for the channel. Go ahead, send me a quick message. Here, I'll show it one more time. If you want to get a quick screenshot, there you go. Send me a quick note and a screenshot of the stone you like. All the lives that I do, they go up, they get posted, uploaded. So you can always go back at a later time and do a screenshot of it. Alright, here we go. I'm going to do this soft spot. See how I haven't even touched it yet? I got to come around this edge. Hey Tanya, how are you? You guys don't know Tanya, that's my jewelry addiction right there. She comes to us from California. So she's probably just getting up. Not really. But yeah, if you guys like jewelry from costume, sterling, gold, native, antique, vintage, check her channel out. She is absolutely fabulous, and she also works with a friend Doug over at Raven's Chest. 2 great people, 2 great channels. And I'm not just saying that, I really truly mean that. I have purchased a few items myself from her, and I've had to stop myself from purchasing more. Doing this soft spot, trying not to go too low on it. I'm hoping when we go onto the next wheel I don't flatten that top out again. Alright. That's all I'm going to do on that edge. And if you are new to the channel, this is Unicorn Jasper. It's my first time cutting it, so it's sort of a review of the material itself. Not the source or the slab or anything like that. Dark area, very soft. Lighter area, very hard. So when you're cutting, to distinguish between those two, see how I have to press hard enough to get the white to go down and and soft enough not to push that darker area down. Not easy. So we're going to move on to the next wheel. Yeah, Kyle's fantastic. Kyle, one of the industry best, especially on YouTube. He gets his material from all over the world, especially specimens, and also some pre-cab material. And also fun to watch. And I like to go into his lives actually when he's cutting. It is not easy. This top edge is just trying to flatten out again up there. Let's see what I'm doing here. Now I'm on the 280 soft wheel. This will blend in some of these facets. But even this is having a hard time of distinguishing between that soft material and hard material. If you want practice, get a material like this that's both soft and hard. It'll test your ability of how much pressure you put on the wheels. I'm not sure I've quite got it yet, actually. Working on it. You see how I have to come to the top of that stone without going in the dark area? I want to undercut so bad. Okay. And now this little, see how that white comes across here? It wants to jut out over here because it's harder here. So this wants to come in because it's soft. This wants to come in because it's soft. And this one wants to stay out because it's hard. So you really got to zone in on just that little area of light area to bring that in without touching the other areas. Sort of like that. See how I just brought that in just a tiny bit? Alright. The saw mark did not come out yet. Still working on that. And bring it down a little bit more. I thought this was going to be a nice, quick stone. It's definitely testing my abilities. Which I like. That's how I learn. Channel's been doing really well. Getting lots of views and all that kind of stuff. Not that that's my concentration. Subscribers, I don't even know. Are we up? I was looking for, I think I had 5 or 6 or 7 more to go to hit 2,300. Which is just, I don't know. For me, it was not something that was going to be attained. So I appreciate the compliments from all my subscribers. It means a lot to me. And I don't know, we might be hitting 2,500 next few months. We're on number 87 of doing these lives. So we're going to be at 100 soon, and maybe when we hit 100 lives, it'll be happening at the same time as some other numbers, maybe 2,500 subscribers. So if you are subscribed, keep in the lookout, because we'll probably be doing some sort of appreciation. We might even do some appreciation to the lurkers, because Even the ones that don't hit the thumbs up and don't necessarily subscribe, it all really helps the channel, and so I appreciate everybody for that. Still there, huh? Seems like the button's not working today. And it may not have updated yet, Steve, too. Who knows? All right, so what is good, this was the soft spot, and now I have two lighter lines that weren't there before, showing up on this. Uh-oh, do we see a face? Uh-oh, I think we see a face. Hello, Smiley. And he just got a little extra hair up here, too. Hey, Betty. I do, too. And so, I don't know. I see channels get upset with their lurkers, or they demand they do something, or they're just lurking to go. I appreciate everybody that comes on this channel. I appreciate the ones that actually, show their appreciation by subbing and hitting the thumbs up. But I love everybody that comes in the channel. I'm just happy to share this with everybody. I had a huge compliment this week. I don't even know if it should be called a compliment. I don't know what to call it. But some of Freckle Cat's classes are getting a little more rambunctious as the summer nears. I think that happens with all of us. Some of them are a little more than others. But they've been doing their exams the last 2 weeks, I guess. And on Friday, at the end of the day, they were doing some work on metamorphic rocks, sedimentary rocks, sort of earth formations and that kind of stuff. And she put some of the last live up in class, and it's amazing what having 2,000 subscribers can do to the attention of our younger folk. So yeah, they watched some of the live, they went through it, they couldn't believe I freehanded a lot of it. They were worried about my fingers in the wheel. But it kept them captured to get Freckle Cat to the end of the day and the end of the week. So that's pretty nice. And to even think that some of my content could be used in science classes. I mean, that's just fantastic. Especially as I was not I wasn't the hardest kid as growing up, but I wasn't the easiest either. Alright, I think I gotta do a little bit of the wiggle waggle on the top, and then we will be done with this stone. I did not know it was going to take so long. I can just tiny little, see that sawmill, really tiny. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Go around. I think I gotta bring the girdle down some. Still too high. And because it's so high, it's hard for me to do a dome on top. So I'm gonna try and bring it down a little bit on this wheel. And after this wheel, once I'm done with this wheel, I actually probably am gonna draw a line on the side here, just to make sure it's the same height all the way around. This just wants to stick out there. I went back a little bit. Just easier to take off, so I gotta be careful. All right. Hi everybody. Hope you're having a great weekend. I'm having a good weekend. Yeah. Well, I'm outside and I'm cutting stones. I'm gonna go back just for a second, because I'm going to, the back's pretty flat actually. The back is really flat. So the person that slabbed these out does an amazing job on keeping the backs and keeping the sides nice and straight. Whereas me on my machine, I'm a little wonky. I'm just taking off that bottom corner so it doesn't chip out. Just like that. Alright. Hey King Lollipop, how you doing? Bonk. Hey Minty, how are you today? All right, Steve, appreciate you checking in here today. I swear I'm gonna get into one of your lives soon. Minty, yeah, Minty, really nice to see you. Minty's taking a little bit of a break, I think, as we all should from time to time. Nice color for Minty. Here you go, Minty. Which color do you like better? There's two different colors for you. Yeah, somebody got zapped. I don't know if it was, so I have my own moderator, but then we also have the YouTube moderator. If you get zapped by the YouTube moderator, I don't know if that's good or not. Pretty much anything goes in here though. Alright, I like the smiley face. We're almost done on this. I'm going to do a bit of the pull out from the middle. really softly because I can undercut. And we're going to move on to that last material I just showed. So this was from, if anybody wants slabs or material, let's see, do we have it? Somewhere in here. But JV Ross 65 at Yahoo. JV Ross 65 at Yahoo. He's got some amazing slabs available for all of you. Hey, you're welcome. This is Unicorn Jasper, everybody. Just finishing up on this third wheel. And then we're going to hit a different material and start a new material on the front of these three wheels. If you are new to the channel, I'd love to see a thumbs up there. It really helps. If you have the ability, I think you can just either press up top there or double tap the screen. And then I'm trying to hit 2,300 subscribers today. I go live on Sundays and Thursdays. I try to do the early evening on Thursdays, around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And that way I don't mess with my friends out west. And then I come on live on a Sunday about 2 o'clock. This weekend coming up, I don't know, we might have a few different things to share. So my schedule may change during this next week, the weekend coming up. I might just pop on live really late in the night if I can't sleep. I might even come on Friday. We might be taking some local trips here. And when I say local, I mean local. It is hot and we have beautiful springs around here. So I might be able to share some of those with you. And yeah. Alright, this one's taking a long time. So here you go on the pricing thing I was talking about. This just took me 50 minutes, an hour, just to get that to that point. That's a long time. But definitely got a cool smiley on there. We love smiley faces. It could be turned up a little bit. But that's gorgeous. Now we're going to move on to a different type of green. This is Specialty Cabin Block over on Etsy. I don't know if you guys remember, we did this on the saw this week. And then I trimmed it up into a few different shapes and sizes on the trim saw yesterday. I think we are going to be doing some more cutting videos or cutting lives outside. Everybody seemed to like that this last week. So I have some agates and geodes and thunder eggs, maybe some more Florida coral, and yeah. So I'm just going to shape this out however it decides to come out. This was meant to look a little like Variscite. I think it looks a lot like Variscite. And it's a little minty. But what a great webbing in here. So this is block material. This is all minerals that are the same either as Variscite or a turquoise. I think gibbsite is a turquoise that is man-made, but it is exactly the same compounds that you would find out in nature. So actually this is similar to like if you would do an earth diamond to a lab diamond. They're basically the same. We just get to them, or they're derived in different manners. And I believe this is going to cut beautifully, so let's see what happens. Going to bring it all the way in around the edges. I got to put a mask on. Excuse me. That last piece was not very dusty. Yeah, Star, that's kind of where we could, our conclusion from last week. A lot of people like to see me out on the saw. I don't know if it's because of the danger of me cutting my fingers off, or they just like to see the cut and reveal. I think it's a bit of both. Make sure my water's good. I'm gonna add a little bit more water just to stay safe. Hi there, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. I wish I could pronounce your name correctly, but I would not on purpose tear it up. I don't know where in Eastern Europe that's from, but we welcome you here. Some of the best wheels come out from Eastern Europe. These kind of wheels, lapidary wheels. Hi everybody, hope you're having a great Sunday. Hit that thumbs up for me if you wouldn't mind. If you kind of like the content you're seeing, I go live Thursdays at 6 and Sundays at 2 Eastern Standard Time. Hit the subscribe, it will notify you. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to get going on this. So what's great about this material is it cuts very evenly. We've got a fatty McFatty over here, so I'm going to have to bring that in. Yeah, got to bring that in. That's really nice. I haven't even done anything to it. Look at it, it's a mess, but it looks great. Hi everybody. I want to really thank all the new subscribers that have been coming in these last couple of weeks. Really appreciate you, and of course love you guys who have been here for a while. We're going on almost 2,500. We'll be 2,500 in a couple months, I hope. And then we'll be celebrating that. And then also, I'm doing 2 lives a week, so in about 12 weeks, I'll be hitting the 100th live. So somewhere in the next sort of 10 to 12 weeks, we'll be hitting 100 lives, and we'll be celebrating that as well. And we'll be celebrating by, hopefully by gifting out a few stones. Some of them will require that you, well, it's not a requirement. We'll be gifting out to some of our supporters for sure. And it will be done randomly. Alright, so now, I think, which side do I flatten? Well, I've got quite a bit of a bump up here, and the cut in the middle is awful. This side's not bad, so I'm going to flatten this out. Here we go. Wow, thank you for the rubies up there. 7-Eye, thank you. Very, very kind. Logan, thank you. I'm glad I caught it. 7-Eye, I think you're new. Thank you for being here so much. All those rubies and super chats and sales that I get from the stones are going in to be for equipment, and we'll be showing that when that happens. It might be a while, but I'm putting all that income to just to go back to the machine. I got to take quite a bit off here. Pressing pretty hard. Hoping not to break it. Getting there. You're right, Mama. I'm pressing a little hard. Especially so when I'm pressing hard above and below this line here, it just puts that sort of seesaw pivot in the middle, and it can really add to the pressure and snap it. So I gotta be careful. Thank you for the reminder. It also pushes on the bearings of the machine pretty hard too. And now if I break it, won't I look silly? Getting there. Oh shoot, what was that? I don't know what that noise was. Don't know what that noise was. So this is block material, and you never know quite know. I'm sure I don't think it's ever happened. It's never happened to me. But, you know, is it possible that something could get into a block? It's possible. Or maybe there was something in the material that made the block that's harder than the rest of it. Alright, that's pretty close. The rest I can get out on the side. I have a flat lap on the side of the machine. I can finish this up off so that looks pretty good. Still got a little bit to go. Much better. Hey Yob, thank you so much. Or is that Yob? Hey Yob, thank you. What? That's so kind. Thank you, Yob. Welcome to the channel. I really appreciate those. It all helps, it really does. Now I'm going to get rid of this, and then we're going to do the girdle, and then we'll be good. I'm a little muffled. I do have a mask on. This block material, really any material that has epoxies in it or acrylics or anything, definitely should be wearing a mask. and keep your water where it needs to be. Finally got it to where I need it to actually get it going. Hi everybody, happy Sunday. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Still wonky here, but I'm going to use the side over here real quick. See if that helps. Oh, that helped a lot, actually. And it was quick. Alright, maybe I should have started with that. So I've got over this way a little where my polishing wheel would normally be. I have I think it's a 180 grit flat lap over this way. Yep. And I show you guys. And then we got to change tripod and all that stuff. So when we get to polish, I will show you. And this is doing it much quicker. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, that's so nice of you. I mean, if you're gonna spam, like if you're gonna spam, that's the best way to do it. Hit me with jewels and rubies and everything, please. But really appreciate you being here. All right, now I'm gonna do a slight girdle. It's gonna be a pretty flat stone. I thought I was going to have fatter stones, but my saw, I think I need you guys to watch me while I'm on the saw. I think I'm a little more cautious and precise. Because yesterday I messed it up pretty good. Hey. Oh. Felt. Oh, the stars. Oh. Hey, Star, I gotta show you something. Are you in here? You are in here. Alright. So, oh, here comes the thunder. Let me just get this edge done and I got something to show you. So, Freckle Cat, I think earlier in the live I showed the snail she did. And while we've been out here, Freckle Cat's been very busy inside. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Hold on, let me get my... So I've got the Rockhound Sub Club. This is a new thing. This is straight from Freckle Cat. And this is one of our, right about there, Star. I don't know if this is you or not, but looks like he got a pigeon on his head and some stars in her eye.
And they're all a little crazy.
And they're all a little crazy.
Woof.
So, I don't know, maybe do we start a shelf?
I think so.
I think we're starting a shelf. Isn't that cool? Alright, what did I do with this stone? Lost it. Where'd she go? There it is. So yeah, well, would you put my email up, please? Thank you. So that's what she's been up to while we've been on this live today. That's pretty cool, isn't it, Star? So now, I don't know what we're going to do. Oh, I know what to do. We'll do a Stephen Pollock one. That'll be fun. The Felted Rockhound Sub Club. So we'll start. I guess she's going to start making her impression of our subscribers. That's pretty cool. He is cute. Yeah. I have a few talents, but that lady right there, she's got so many talents going on. I try to keep to 1 or 2 or 3, and she, I guess we're all like that. We have many projects in our heads, and that's what I love about what I'm doing here. It sits me grounded just for a couple of hours, and it really helps me. And I'm really happy that I can share it with you guys at the same time, so thank you. Maybe, I don't know what we're up to. Talk. It started off slow, and now, look at, welcome everybody. If you have questions, I try to get them. I think if you see any stones in the lives, I upload all the lives afterwards. And if you saw a stone that you liked and you couldn't get a screenshot of it while we were live, go into the replay of the lives. All right, fantastic. Yeah, Jed, it's been funky. And so yeah, if you go take a screenshot of it, I think Frecklecat's about to put my email up. I don't know, they're working on stuff. I mean, so I've been doing the boot camp, they're working on stuff, but I think as they fix one thing or fix 2 things, it's making it harder for something else. And any second now, Miss Frecklecat's probably going to put that email up, and I'll get it pinned up for you guys. There she is. Let me get that real quick. I think. Okay. Alright, so there we go. That's my email at the bottom there. If you see anything that you like, just give me a quick email. Maybe attach a photo, and we'll go from there. I have hit 2,300 subs. That's insane. Thank you all so much. To the old ones, the new ones, and the future ones to come in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of that coming on, Todd. They're doing a lot more shopping stuff. Yeah, it's changing a little bit. They are starting to seek more revenue. I don't know if you guys saw the snail earlier. Let me put the snail on again. I'm almost done with this one. I'll put the snail on after. Alright, so we have a rock pounding sub club. You're going to have to keep them away from me because I get dusty and dirty and everything. So just redoing the back a little bit better. Alright, that is almost completely gone in the back. There's one little saw mark right there, but that's really nice. So that's that material. I freehanded it, but that's the material from Sam over at Specialty Cab and Block. He's on Etsy over there. He does sales with Lapidary Day from time to time. Fantastic family, gentleman, and now his daughter is starting to put together some beautiful jewelry. So keep an eye out for that. Oh, well, that's probably Tog. Was that you, Tog, that did that? Thank you so much. You don't get enough. So you've been winning a lot of freebies, but you know what? You more than deserve them. You help out so many channels. All right, so let me do this. Then we're gonna have. I know we're sort of going off subject here a little bit. Let's see if this works. Here we go. So this is what Crackle Cat had done earlier. I don't know if you can see that under everybody's comments there. She did a little snail the other night. I think she did that in a night. Let's see if we can get a closer one of those. Let's try this one. Nope, didn't work. Let's try it again. There we go. That was one of Crackle Cat's snails, belted snails. Only about this big. Pretty cool. Then also, I was showing earlier, I went to this estate sale. That is the front of the house. This is down here. You don't see triple story, quadruple story houses down here much. This is the back of the house. And then this is the view from in the house. Isn't that gorgeous? Stunning. So if you want, we could all put together like a fund. We need 1.7, so 1.8 million basically, and we could all go stay there, have our families down there over the summer, or over the winter time. Yeah, it was gorgeous, Minty. Really gorgeous. All right, what's next? We're gonna try. Woo. No, not that one. Let's try this one. Oh, sorry, I still got you on green screen. You think you're taking a walk. But I did. I sat out there at the water out here for a while yesterday just to take it all in. It was just very serene, very quiet, just a lovely spot to be. All right. I got to get rid of it. So yeah, 1.8 million. I should put the ad that I got from it, sell it, get my bird dog fee, and yeah. It was 4 stories. It had an elevator in it that I wasn't allowed to go in. I tried to get in it, but they wouldn't let me use it. I asked about a safe room, and they're like, how did you know it had a safe room? I'm like, I just can tell where there's a room when you can't really see. It was behind a closet. And the attic itself was over 16 feet high, and they would only let me stick my head through the ceiling to see it. But there were 4 stories. They had a beautiful, beautiful pool room down the bottom. They had 3 kitchens, 1, 2, 3 different levels. The wood, the guy was an engineer. This is cotton candy. I'm going to start working on it. It might fracture out. I don't know. He was an engineer and a scientist. He did all the architecture on the place himself. His son lived next door. I was looking at the kayaks and the John boat that were out there. But that's going to be a sale another time. But I did take quite a bit of video in there, and I'll probably pop 1 or 2 of those up. Alright, hard stuff again, so it's going to be a little loud, a little screechy, at least on this first wheel. And not breaking into this druzy right here is not going to be easy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around that. We'll try. that comes out up top right there. That little hole. Yeah, the fishing's out there fantastic. But yeah, I mean, 1.8 to some people isn't crazy money. I probably saw 8 beds in there. And probably 5 bathrooms, maybe. Okay, it's not bad. Not bad. Trying to get as much solid on the outside while still keeping this druzy in the middle. Hi everybody, thanks for being here. Whew. So my issue is going to be right here. As soon as I try to fold that over, I'm going to break in it. So do I break in that, keep it as a live piece? Oh, well, yeah, it's pretty funky in here. I might even have to take that. Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start folding over this edge. Make sure my girdle's basically good. It is. Then I'm going to yes, it is. So it's cotton candy. I'm about to break into that. I don't like it because it gives nobody less area to grip hold of when you're setting it, but I have to do it. And then once I break into it, we'll see if I need to bring it in to shore it up or if I can leave it. So here we go on the 45. This one I don't want to put a line on the outside because it may go into some of the inclusions. Uh-oh. Got a zapper. Yeah, she's not a lady to be messed with, but she's got, you know. So she uses, it's got like 5 needles on it, like this long. Like 5 of them together like this. And the other part of it is they're all bobbed. Almost like a fish hook, but like 100 times on the end of the needle. So as she pushes in, she pulls out. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to tread around her very lightly when she's belting. Alright, here comes the part that I don't like. Actually, you know what? I just thought of something. I don't actually have to bring it all the way down. I don't actually have to bring it down there. I might leave it popping up. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I'm actually going to leave that there, even though I'm bringing the girdle down here. I don't know how that'll work. We'll see. Right about there. I'm going to come to the other side of it. Oh, it's cracking out. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's probably 1 or 2 people in the world that might like it. Alright. Not looking bad. Now that I got the 45 going, I'm going to do a little bit of a 30 all the way around. And I left the girdle high enough that I can bring it down some more if I want. So I'm going to do a 30 and a 45. Hi everybody, so I'm a little muffled. I got a mask on. Sometimes I sound muffled anyway, like on Thursday nights because I'm a little tired. I'm going to bring that girdle down just a little. So today I finished the show showing off a few opals that I have. I had them for quite a while. But I was moving them off crevices, so before they disappeared into the darkness, I thought I'd show them a little bit. So right now, you see how I didn't do the girdle there? I don't know if that'll work or not, but if you're folding up metal, it will jut out a little bit. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I can always take it off at another time. Thank you all for those thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So now I think we're going to go over here. I'm going to get going. It's going to be a little bit harder. All right, here we go. Let's dial in a little. I didn't do a very good job. I think we need to. All right, close your eyes. Shoot. Hi, everybody. I'm not always cleaning you guys up, but there you go. And a little bit of a focus. It's not easy trying to focus and everything on a phone when you got gloves that are soaking wet. Let's see what we can do here. Almost ended up ruining my idea right now. And now I'm trying to blend the top of the girdle, which is the flatness on the side. The 45 that I did, the 30 I did, and then blend it up. Hopefully force that druzy in the middle. Now I'm pulling up from the middle of the stone to the end while I'm rolling it slightly from right to left. I'm pulling out by missing the druzy, hopefully. Again on this far side. Really nice. I could. I don't know if that'll take away from the glitter, John, or not, Jed. I'm going to take it up to the third wheel, and then it's mostly, I think she mostly works with sheep, because the sheep need to be sheared anyway. Otherwise, they get threads tangled up, and then they can't walk, and then they get stuck. And then, yeah, it's not good for the sheep. So, not all sheep are used for the table, but sheep do need to be sheared to keep them healthy. So it's more about that than anything else. A lot of sheep up where Star is. Well, they used to be. I don't know if they're up there anymore. I assume they're up there. I see what you're saying. I could, but this little piece right here, Jed, is it's so thin that it may not be stable anyway. Here, look, so see how that is there? We come across the top. So I've got that little amount. See how thin that is? Comes across the top here. It's ready to go. So I might end up taking it out, and then it can just be faceted around there. So yeah, interesting and different. And it would definitely take a skilled silversmith to bezel that. So that's a fantastic idea. Just going around that girdle. Pretty material there. Yeah, now, so what he's suggesting is I fill it with epoxy to stabilize that void, cut it, and then remove the epoxy with acetone so that the void remains, but while I'm cutting it, it stabilizes that void so I don't pop it. And for me, or for this one in particular, or this one right now, I'd rather it popped on me if it's gonna pop. Because then I can bring it in a bit if I wanted to, but there's going to be that dip on the side, whatever. And somebody might wire wrap it, and even if it popped out right now, it would be fine. You wouldn't even really have to go back to it. Oh, I feel the wind coming. Does that mean I get some rain? I hope I get some rain. I'm going to do at least one more after this. Thank you all for being here. I don't know what we're going to do next. Maybe we'll dig into the turquoise bag and take a peek. Hi Merritt, welcome in. Hybrid, thank you for popping in. Really appreciate you. Yeah, it's great, and I learn too, Star. So from everybody's comments, I learn from everybody's comments. Maybe they've seen somebody else do it, and I just didn't think about it, you know? So it all really helps. All right, I'm gonna pull it out a little bit, do the pull out. Same thing, going to that middle druzy, pulling it out to the side, while rolling the stone around. I don't know if you can see it rolling around in my hand. It's going very slowly. Just like that. And that looks pretty good. Let's wash it off. Let's get a picture of that. That's pretty. So that druzy in the middle, it's wet right now, but it sparkles. Hi, Sailor. Roman. I had a good friend called Roman growing up. Or actually, when I first came to the States. I had a friend called Roman who was about 6'6", and another friend English who was like super muscle bound, but we used to play outdoor volleyball down in the south of Florida on the beach. So 2-man volleyball. And we were pretty good for who we were, but we would play against the pros because the pros would go down there to practice. Like the guys you see in the sandball on TV, volleyball, 2-man volleyball, and we'd get maybe 2 points And we'd be so happy. Thank you, Dad. Alright, blank piece came out of that blank bag. So this turquoise, I think it's mostly US, but there is a little bit of Mexican there too. Let's pull out another piece. And so these are just fun to cut and see what's inside. Let's move back over. So we're doing pretty good. What do we got? 1, 2, 3 stones. So, been working on some hard stones today. They do take a little bit longer. They do put a little more wear on the machine. Actually, here, look. So, since I started working on the machine, the harder stuff, I've been leaning into the machine harder, and it snapped my piece right there. So, much harder, take longer, but the outcome is just as nice. That's it there. I'm going to let's try these 2 little pieces, see what comes out. Got some blues. Let's try this one first, I think. Get a little something to drink here. If you ever see a stone that you like and even just want to inquire about the price, that is my email down the bottom there in the chat. You're quite welcome to email me anytime. If I email you back, please check your junk. That sounds funny, check your junk, but check your spam folder or your junk folder. And I do reply to everybody. But yeah, if you ever see anything you might be interested in, just give me a quick email and I'll get right back to you. If you have a question that you didn't want to put into chat, or you would love to see me cut a certain type of material, put that in an email to me as well. I will get back to you. And if you don't do it there, you can always put it in comments on any of my shorts or videos. Alright. Get it close up. And then we'll get working on these 2. Perfect. Let's do the thinner one first. I don't know if it's going to be the same blue as it looks like it is now, that sort of light blue. But hopefully it gets a little bit darker. And that dusty skin comes off a little bit. Not bad. Definitely wear a mask. This is a stabilized turquoise. So you should wear a mask with all turquoise stones. Or most stones even. Let's just chop off that end. See that dust? More water. But yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. Hit the thumbs up if you would. If you don't have to. If you want to just watch for a little bit, I'm chuffed that you're here in the first place, so thank you. And if you want to share out the live, that would be fantastic. The more people that are here, the longer I'll be on. So it just gives me a little extra encouragement. Alright, let's flatten off this back. Hi there, welcome in. Hang out, you might like it, you never know. Pretty color. Alright, we're going to go around the top here, get the girdle. See how much easier the turquoise is to cut? So it's not that my wheels are dull, it's just the material we were cutting was extremely hard. Maybe I need to get a newer wheel that starts off at like a 40 or a 60 grit. This is an 80 grit right here. Hey Candy, how you doing, sir? Wow, you got somehow you got translated. So that little sign next to Candy's name means it got translated. So I'm not sure what language Candy's using today. Maybe he's practicing his Spanish or his Russian, I don't know. It took me a long time to figure out what that little A stood for. I thought it was for anarchy, but it's not. You too, Candy. I hope you're having a good day up there. I assume you're probably about as hot as we are down here. Right, that's pretty good. Let's do some more damage on this next wheel. Everybody see it okay? Or do I need to give you guys a quick wipe? Alright, close your eyes. Gonna clean you up a little bit. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, cool that it came to that, but that wasn't the plan. There we go. And let's do this. And come in a little bit. There you go. That's a little clearer, isn't it? Hi, Jed. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate the suggestions as well. Thank you. And I'll put that other 5 through this evening. I just haven't done it yet. Jed, I did send an email to Doug. He has not replied to it. I did put your email address in there if you were wondering. I think he's just got to check his spam folder. So I might have to try and reach out to him through the comments somehow in YouTube. Pull this a little bit. Bit of a wiggle waggle around the top just to give it a bit of a dome. Shape is good except for that little sharp up the top. We're going to take that out. And I got a little chip here that I got to take out as well on the bottom, right there. That's got to come out. So, flatten the bottom. See it spitting at me? When it starts spitting at you from the edges, it means you've probably got a little cabin or a bug in there. A bug. So, flatten that in some, and I got to bring this side in because of it. Oops. I got a short week at work this week. We got almost 2 hours. Thank you all for being here. It's very kind of you just to even spend 30 seconds, a minute here, just checking out the channel. I hear a little thunder, which is exciting. And I got a little bit of a hole right there. If you can see it. Mighty bright. I think we're gonna have to bring the. Gotta see if I can bring the lights down a little bit in here. It's too bright on this stone. Bring it in a bit more. There we go. There we go. Still not quite sitting right on the bottom. See what's going to spit on the top here. Look. See that spit? That hole in the bottom. It's got to come out. There we go. Alright, next wheel. Hey Carol, how you doing? I believe it's Carol. I hope you're doing well. You're probably a little bit later on the time clock than we are. And just making sure the girdle's the same height all the way around. Not really any matrix or anything to this one. A few little spots. Alright, not my favorite shape. Nice color. It's got some little speckles on it, almost like a little robin egg. Let me bring that in just a little bit. And just bringing that in just that little bit for me makes it a little more aesthetically pleasing. I don't know what the rest of you think, but not bad. 3 wheels to go on this one, and we're going to try this one. Then we'll try something else. So another piece. Mexican American, and I'm going to take that whole top off, I think. Probably the same similar color. Just put the water down there. May even end up the same shape. This one is a much nicer blue. I'm going to go around the outside. Just to see where my potential shape's going to be. Hi everybody, thank you for being here. 4-star, welcome in. Oh yeah, that happened. 4-star, what are you using for your adhesive to glue it to the stick? Wow, okay. I really like that color and I don't want to lose that, so let's flatten this side first. I like the green wax myself. That's quite the combination. I did super glue for a long time. I did the super glue gel for a long time. But I was using it with opal. And from time to time, and this is just my own assessment and opinion, I think the super glues seep into the opal. So even when I put it in the freezer or I tried to pull off the stone, it would take a piece of the stone with it. So then I stopped using super glue. I have probably 2 or 3 beautiful opals that have, you can't see it from the edge, but underneath it has like a little little cave where I've ripped the opal out because of that. And that's just my own opinion on that. I have not tried the blue light, the UV light blue yet. And what do we do with this one? So let's take a peek. I like that side a lot. And this side has a little more sandy in it, but I actually don't particularly like that as my matrix. I'm going to flatten this out a little bit more on this side. That's just a personal opinion. Some people really like the gold webbing. I don't know if I'd quite call this gold webbing. It's more of a sandy gold webbing. Now that I've flattened it, let's have a look, see if any of that came out. If it did. But I still myself prefer this side. So, just for a second, I'm going to go down the end of my wheels here. I'm not going to move you guys this time, but I do have a flat lap wheel on the end of my Genie, where I would normally have like the polishing wheels. I still have my polishing wheels, just this was a suggestion a while back and I didn't do it, and now that I've done it, it's become really useful. So let's just do that, a couple more seconds. So basically it's the same as down here, and I have a flat lap wheel on the end. Problem is it doesn't get any water to it, so I have to keep squirting it. Oh, there we go. Let's see how we did. And that's just that, just taking that off makes it pretty flat on the end. Not quite there. It needs a tiny bit more. Oh, shoot. Pressing too hard. Oh, this is the last one we did. Came out pretty good. Got the eggy speckles to it. Sorry, it's blurry. Alright, this is flattened out. Nice and flat now. And we can move on. I think we're going to move to the next wheel. Thank you all for the thumbs up there. Yerb and Yerb, or Yerb Yerb, thank you so much for those rubies up there. It all goes to helping me get new equipment of some kind. I mean, it's going to take a while, but it all adds up. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe by Christmas or Thanksgiving or something, I'll have enough between the sale of the stones and super chats and rubies that I can afford to either get a new Genie or another caving machine, and I'd really like to get like a 10-inch island saw. Alright, so things seem to be cleaned up here. Got a little bit of a crevice right there. Not sure what's going on with my... There we go, that's better. Does not want to focus. Boop. Pretty color. I got to get that out right there. Smooth out that edge right there. Take that sharpness off the edge there. Might even bring that in. Thank you, Erica. Very kind of you. You can send them. I am the best people are probably like there's better people to to do raw stones too. I mean, I love rocks, don't get me wrong. But there's some, trying to think, there's Karen, and for the life of me I can't think of her channel right now. I'll think about it. But Forza, I'll send a comment to you outside of this live. Maybe of who you can contact or ask questions to. Alright, I have the bottom pretty much where I want it. Now I can do the top. Bring this in just a little bit. It makes it one step harder to work when you got rubber gloves on, I have to tell you. I lose a little bit of the feel. Still got that tiny little one in there. Thank you, 4-star. High five to you. Yes, thank you, Betty. I mean, she just has a far better knowledge than I do. There's a few people over there that have a much better knowledge than I do, especially starting from a blank. And we all need help with it sometimes too. So, but Karen has a great show on. I do some microscopic work over there. She's been selling cabs lately. And so between her cabbing ability and her knowledge, she's a great channel to go take a look at. Alright, I think I'm good to where I need to start taking the dome. So let's do the dome. Probably the first advice that people give out, Star, at least here in the States, is to find your local German Mineral Society, the local club. I don't know how prevalent that is in the UK, because I don't know if it's as easy for them to get hold of materials as it is for us to get hold of materials. I can't see why it's too much of a problem. But, you know, getting materials that are from the States over to England or the UK can get pretty pricey. Whereas getting material from South Africa or India or Indonesia, Pakistan, is probably a little bit easier for you in the UK. I might be completely wrong. I'm just really guessing. And then I started with sharpening stones, which you probably have sharpening stones because you got your tools for your woodworking. So like a wet brick, sharpening stones, and wet dry sandpaper. I did my first cabs all by hand. It gave me a good idea of how to round stuff, how material starts to come off. And then I got a Dremel or a rotary tool and started working with that. And then you basically get the same tools for the Dremel that I have on this machine. So you end up with some most cases sintered. This isn't sintered, this is impregnated. But sintered wheels, I mean sintered bits. Shoot. Let me show you. Why don't I show you? Let's see if I got them here. So I'm just going to back this up. I'm not going to turn the machine off because I want it to keep going. So this is a bag of some of my bits that I've used and I've used on opal. Let's see if I can do this without getting everything soaking wet. And here you go. So here's some of the scented ones that you can get. So these are just little sintered, diamond impregnated bits that go on the end of your Dremel. I don't know if you can see. So you can see the blue is 100 grit. This burr is 100 grit, and 100 grit is pretty rough. This one is all right. So I had them all in the right bag. But you get different shapes to do different things. So those are the metal sintered ones. Last forever. Now you're only doing little projects. And then let's see what I did with the others. Oh, they're up there. And then hopefully in here. So I'm trying to open these with wet gloves. Please give me a second here. And so then you have burrs like this that are similar to, so these are soft or softer, and they're similar to working with a soft wheel with a grit on it, little less aggressive. And then you just go through all your different grits. There's 100, 600 grit, 1200 grit. What do we got on this one? 8,000 grit for a final polish. Can even get up to 50,000, I think. There's your 3,000. All right, I'm pretty organized. That's the most organized you're ever going to see me, especially for unplanned. Yeah, Fordham's really good too. So it depends on how much money you want to spend. Really, I would suggest trying out something cheap first and then moving on to something more expensive, just to see if it's one of the, because I thought this was going to be a quick project for me. I really did. I thought I was going to have fun with a few opals, and that was going to be it for me. I hope you don't mind the interlude that we had there. Yeah, it was organized. You see that treasure trap? Fantastic. And I had them in arm's length. I'm ready for anybody's questions. Sometimes it might take me an hour to come back though. But yeah, that's what I started with. And then other than the Gem and Mineral Society local, if you wanted to move, I would have changed. I got lucky. I had a friend who's a jeweler, and he had a machine that had an aluminum oxide. I think aluminum oxide wheel, I think. Stone wheel. It had one stone wheel on it, a 6-inch expander wheel, which we all wish we had a 6-inch expander, and then it had a wheel on the end like I do on this machine for polishing. So I was able to borrow that and use that when I first started, which was fantastic. Then I really got the bug, and through my friend, who I'm about to show some of the opal that I got from him, I purchased this, or the other genie. So I have two Genie motors now, and he was my first machine. But I would, rather than going to a Genie right off the bat, I would suggest maybe doing a flat lap, just to see if you have the sort of ability to shape stones, and you want to continue to do it. So, yeah, I would have done it if I didn't get my friend's machine. I would have done a flat lap first, or a faceting machine, and I would have used that to make cabs. Probably half as expensive, maybe a third as expensive as going full on Cab King or Diamond Pacific. I don't know where these little polka dots came from, but this one's popped up with a bunch of polka dots. We're right below that blue. So this is, now this Goldie matrix I kind of like. Yeah, definitely read moss. I don't know how some people work inside with their machine. I'm not fully outside, but I'm not inside the house without having like a full vacuum going on. But even though I have this water going on, and most of it goes into the water, I have to keep this one up here. That you can see that dust comes out, that dust dries, and then can go airborne even when I'm not cutting. So you got to be pretty careful about what you're doing. And I'm sitting on, I don't know if you guys can see. Why not show you? If you can see over here, I'm actually sitting right down there. I have like a truck bed. So I'm sitting, it's like a truck bed, and it's got a lip on the edge all the way around the outside, and I have my chair on top of that. And that way it catches any water, it catches any dust, and it also catches the stones that I end up dropping on the ground. So I am not perfect for sure. I'm probably better than I used to be about it. I know you really can get sick if you do this a lot and you don't take any precaution at all. If you want to get a saw, I want to get a saw just like Betty. So Betty in the chat here, you go to her channel. We should go to her channel anyway, just to say hi and hit the subscribe. She is in the Northwest and takes us along walks that we wouldn't normally get to go on. She does some rock hounding in the rivers. She does rock hounding at the beach, and then she has the crafting bug as much as everybody else. She's been doing some resin stuff, cabbing, and then she's got a wonderful, I think it's a 10-inch saw that she has. Gold metal. It looks fantastic, and she does some great cuts on that machine. Not something I can really do here as far as like rock hounding my own rocks and then cutting them. I don't live in that part of the country. Just kind of shake this up a little bit better. So it's looking nice. It's not a perfect shape. It's almost a round. I blame it on the gloves. So thank you all for being here. Just a quick ad. I go live on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Sunday at 2. So if you hit the subscribe, you will get notified, hopefully, when I go live. It's been pretty good lately, and then every now and then we have a day where it notifies everybody in the world except for your people you want to notify. But I don't mind that either. And thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome. And then my older subscribers that have been here for a while, thank you so much. Love you guys. And appreciate all the help and comments and everything that you guys give me. All the advice, suggestions, it all really, really helps. I'd say start one, Tog, but it's a lot. Like, well, I'm not going to talk about the local one here. Most of the people in the local one here are fine people. Let's put it that way. Very diplomatic of me. And I get along, I'm pretty easygoing. I get along with a lot of people. I don't understand the people that are abrasive just to be abrasive. It's taking off, so I've got this little sharp edge up here, as you can see. Sharp, we're taking that off real quick. Just so it doesn't splinter out. Not very much of it, just enough to round the bottom edge here. And this one, I'm not 100% happy with the shape. But it's not bad. There you go. That's better. There's almost like little flowers in it. It's really odd. That done. And then what are we going to work on next? Let me do a quick picture. Point. Maybe it's the gloves today, or the color of the gloves. So far, so that's what we got so far. We got American Mexican Turquoise. This is Unicorn Jasper. Not hard to work, well, it's hard to work with in that the dark area is very soft, the whiter area, the lighter area is very, very hard. So you have to watch for undercutting. That took us a little while to get that straight because you have to be really careful when you're doing that. But beautiful material. This is the cotton candy, same thing, a little bit different as you get close to these pockets, it gets softer. And then on the outside, some of this quartzy area and calcite area is pretty hard. Especially cabs and block right here. This material, awesome to work with, easy to work with, polishes up fantastic. And we got the two Mexicans right there. So yeah, that top one's nice. It's got a bit of a shadow right there. And I think we're going to find one more piece. Let's see what we can find. Point. Let's see what we can find. I should show you this anyway, just so you guys see what I decided here. And you know what? I gotta do this one, so we're gonna do this. Just a fun little piece. So I wanted to show you this. This was the Aqua Nueva, well, both the Aqua Nueva, let's get this off. So Aqua Nueva and also the Idaho Sunset. So this is the Aqua Nueva, and I just cut it, think of it like this, something like that. I just popped off the bottom. I would have loved to have kept all the colors in this whole piece, but I couldn't go from top to bottom. I mean, you could, but wearing that around your neck or on your arm that's a lot. So yeah, these are going to be hard, which is why I haven't hit them up yet. We could try this one. We could try it. We'll try. This is the one I couldn't decide whether to keep the quartz in it or not, and I did. We're attempting to keep the quartz. It's going to be a big piece. Somebody had suggested if it broke, I'd still have the live edge of the quartz in there, which is quite possible, which is why I spread it just a little bit further up higher than I wanted. I don't have my stencils, but I'm going to do a square cushion cut, hoping that holds that quartz together the best rather than doing an oval. Because if I do an oval and then the pieces break off, I won't have much to do with them. So talk. And then I'll have this piece to cab out at another time. These are hard, so yes, we'll try it. Let's see how hard it is. It's gonna be hard, so I might only do a wheel or two on these. So this is the Aqua Nueva. This came from John Ross. His email, if you ever want slabs or material, is jvross, R-O-S-S, 65 at yahoo.com. And if you don't remember that, go into the last live, and at the beginning of the last live, so live number 86, you can always go in there and yeah, you'll find his email address there. He would love anybody to give him, a quick email and ask him what kind of material he has. Fantastic prices. And what's great about him is he cuts them nice and thick. You got plenty to work with. Candy, on that note, I have found most of my best stencils at estate sales. And while everybody else is running to, I don't know, the jewelry or into the garage for the tools or the high-priced paintings on the wall or the glass vase, head to the craft room. And a lot of times, like, it'll be a sewing craft room or something like that, and you can tend to find pretty cheap stencils in there. That's where I found most of mine. And then my wonderful freckle cats bought me some too, but I have all different types. They can be expensive sometimes. So what is that? That's Jiffy, Bell Ropey Designs. I have no idea who that is. And then I got my own as well, so yeah. Let's see what happens here. Like Betty was talking about, I think this is going to be really hard stuff. So I'm going to start on the edge of my wheels. It's going to be noisy. Very hard, but not crazy hard. I might just shape this up so I can get it on a duck stick. But I was smart enough to trim it up with a saw outside, so I didn't do all this on the machine. Yeah, there's a lot of hot rocks. I think they call them hot rocks if you're doing metal detecting. And Aqua Nueva, so New Waters, is from Chihuahua in Mexico. So the same place a lot of our turquoise comes from. Trying to use the edges because I don't use the edges as much as I use the middle. Ooh, that's a screecher. Screechy, screechy. But that's not too bad. It's pretty hard, but it's not like crazy. Some petrified woods can be just, it's like hammering on a titanium block. Now what, the payoff, there is a payoff to doing harder materials though. The payoff to doing harder materials is they take a polish like nothing you've ever seen. So, not quartz, but agates, petrified woods, some agate, jasper agates. This is kind of like a jasper agate almost. Very hard, but they take a fantastic polish. And it's a fully natural polish, so I'll use cerium on it probably. But all that none of that cerium gets sort of impregnated into the stone. Whereas when you're doing a turquoise and using ZAM, which we all love ZAM, the ZAM is a chromium aluminum oxide wax, and so it's a wax, and it polishes because it's a wax, and the wax stays on the stone pretty much. Kind of like it stays on your car, if you wax your car. Alright. I guess I'm gonna try this and decide which side I want. And I think, yeah. I'm trying to get my girdle to go from this side to this side. Just that angle. Doing pretty good. Getting pretty close, really close there. So I don't want it completely touching the line yet, but just outside of it would be good. I am. I haven't been in a while, but I know they're all up in Spencer mine this weekend, the opal mine. I'm gonna have to do that one day. I believe that's Idaho, I think. The Spencer mine in Idaho, opal mine. Alright, why not? I might as well do it. Let me try bringing this this edge down at a 45 right now. See, you guys talked me into stuff that I hadn't planned on doing. I think I just taught myself something new. So, normally I start the girdle. So I would start the girdle, say here, and go around this way. So I'm turning it clockwise on the wheel this way. But if I go the other way, I can actually see the line of the previous girdle better because over here it hides behind my thumb and finger. So it's actually better maybe if I do it the other way. Huh. I've been doing it that way for years. How about that? Alright. Now I'm happy you guys talked me into this one. Huh. Oh yeah, that makes much more sense. Who knew? I did not. Wow, okay. Never really thought about it. I naturally made it move clockwise when really I should have been going anti-clockwise. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if you can do it in here, buddy. I'll see if Freckle Cat can put it in next time. Or maybe 4-star. I'll try and figure it out where I can send it to you. Or maybe somebody can put a comment in one of my shorts. Hi everybody, welcome in, especially if you're new. So RocksAlot is the channel, and we cut things, and then I show a few other things. We cut stones. We make ugly stones look pretty. And I go live Thursdays and Sundays mostly. Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursdays at 6. And I put all kinds of shorts up during the week just to entertain everybody and entertain myself. And then if you ever wanted to purchase a stone that I'm working on, or that you see in another live, just use the email that's pinned down the bottom there. And you could... So there you go, 4-star. If you use the email at the bottom, maybe I can link it up through that email. I'm not sure I have the administrative ability to do that or not. I don't know if you need to be like part of the administration team or something to do that. Okay, this is looking good. Water's looking extremely dirty. Got a pretty good angle on it all the way around. And now I'm going to start bringing that angle in some too. And I'm going to do about a 30 on it. A lot of work on this 80 grit. Alright, that's pretty much the whole top. Now I'm going to do one more of about a 15 to 16. You probably won't even see the angle. And then I'll start drawing it out. I'm going to color this one up. So I'm going to move on to the next wheel. Started to round it. I don't know if you can see that. To a decent dome. But now I'm going to Sharpie the top. I'm literally just going to cover in the top. I only do this with stones that don't have too many like inclusions in them or something like that, because the black will get into the cracks and then you never get it out again. So hopefully this is going to work. And now I just go around the outside, bring it into the center. See how that's kind of flat in the middle? I'm going to try and take that flatness out. So we're going to do that on the next wheel. Over here, there we go. You get a quick sip of soda. Alright. So the same thing, I gotta go around the girdle first. Because even going from the 80 to the 220 starts a polish on it. Doesn't start a polish, but gets out all the deep diamond scratches. Yes, I did. So, normally like the first 45 I can do, the 30 I can do, but then you're getting into like a 15 or 16 going over the top, and you start to have a hard time knowing where to blend it in. And so now I want to go around this until I come to the center, hopefully. So that's what this movement is. This movement took me a long time to figure out. You see how it's kind of coming into the center. And I might have to do it a few times. But just doing this and the roll from one side to the other, I don't know, it was not a natural movement for me. And it took me a while to do it. I just kept practicing. And it still needs some work. But it's like rubbing your head and tapping your belly, or tapping your head and rubbing your belly. It's not easy for me to pick up. I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing. Getting there. Still a little flat in there. Then I'm going to do something else after this. That will blacken the top again and see if it... We should blacken the top. We'll see if what I think it's doing is what it's actually doing. Being patient. So somehow you guys got me from what I normally do is 2 hours, and we're almost at 3. So I love you guys for hanging out. Thank you. Oh, that's pretty good. So still flat in the middle, but you see how it's sort of rounded off a bit better? And just keep doing this. I'm really patient. Actually, I'm going to go across the middle now. I'm going to pull this out from here. So now I'm pulling from the middle of the dome to the outside, and I'm turning the stone at the same time. Not everybody does it this way. This is just what tends to work for me. Doesn't always work. I'm kind of rolling the stone at the same time. So I'm pulling out, turning it, and rolling it at the same time. So when it comes to, when I'm pulling out, I'm rolling it up. I don't know if this is the right way to do it. I've seen some people do certain things. This tends to work for me. As you can see, we still got some of that Sharpie in the middle. And actually, some of that metal in there that's starting to show too. That's neat. Woo-wee. Pretty good. There we go, it's gone. Now we're going to move over to the Nova wheel, which will help round it off and smooth it out if there are any facets on there. So I get all the Sharpie off. Yes, you see, we are taking, so I took a piece. This was the other piece of it. Or was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. Where'd the other one go? I lost the other piece. Oh, there it is. So I took this. This piece was actually in the bottom here. And I chopped that off. And then we rounded it. We shaped it. Got a medium shape, you know, semi shape on it, nice oval. And then we just cut this along these three lines, these three wheels. Takes some time and some patience. And we're almost to the third wheel. This is called Aqua Nueva. You can look it up. I believe it means new water, and it is from, I believe, Chihuahua in Mexico. So that is really nice. Oh, you're welcome. That's what we're here for. And then I'm also here to, I learn from other people, Cece. As much as you guys are watching me, there's people that put in, that we know, that are also lapidarists, or they're just YouTube professionals. We're all a YouTube professional in our own little way, and so they may have seen something on another channel that may help me in my cutting, and I appreciate those suggestions as well. I think just to do it right, oh no, I'm not gonna Sharpie it. I was gonna Sharpie it again, but now I'm just gonna go around the edges, blend in that top line to the top of the girdle, make it nice and round. My girdle is at a nice sort of 11, so the girdle is the flat piece. And that's at about a 7 to 11 degree, and that just helps the setter when they fold over the metal, the bezel, to hold the stone in its setting. I hear thunder coming, which is great. Now let's do the wiggle waggle. So I'm definitely getting tired. So the more tired I get, the harder it is to do this movement. And we've been on a while, and I want to thank everybody for being here. You're all very kind. We will be going on live number 88. Live 88 will be next Thursday, this coming Thursday at 6 o'clock. I will be putting up a few shorts on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we got a long weekend, and depending on what we're doing here in the household, which I know we got to get out of the house, we've got to get out of town at least for one of those days. So we'll be doing that. We'll try and bring you guys along a little bit if I can, or I'll just videotape the best parts and we'll upload those. If you didn't see earlier, Freckle Cat is now doing the rock hounding sub club. You'll have to go back in the live to see it. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes in. And we're starting to show appreciation to... you're welcome, Forster. I'd be out here anyway. So thank you, Cece. I really appreciate that, because that's really what it's about. I am doing the YouTube boot camp, and there's everybody in there. There's a lot of gamers in there. There's a few ASMR people in there. There's a gentleman that does like Route 66 24/7. A couple of mental health people. There's a funny young lady in our group. The last time was Johanna Dinsdale. I think she's out of Canada, and she does some mental health stuff and hypnosis and all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, this is the real stuff right here, Cece. We're just taking ugly rocks and making them prettier. And hopefully the prettier rocks are making me prettier too. We have sold a few. If you ever see something that you like in the live or any other time, just screenshot it. Shoot an email to me. The email is pinned down the bottom there. Or if you have any other questions, or have a source, I mean a material that you'd like to see me cut, just put it in an email to me, or even put it in a comment. It all helps. CC, I mean, Star, I was I was looking at some of the analytics, and I'm about 400 hours off of 10,000, which is insane. Like 10,000 hours, that's like 4 people sitting down 40 hours a week and watching for 5 years. So I take it as a huge compliment. A lot of those are just swipe outs and swipe throughs. But yeah, we'll be on live number 88. We're closing in on 100. We'll definitely be doing something in live number 100. I'm hoping it coincides with some of my other numbers, as far as maybe my subscribers getting to 2,500 or 3,000, and my hours getting to 10,000. Maybe my views will be up to like 2 million. This is all insane to me. But I'm just having fun, and I like being able to share it with you guys. And not only do I show sort of the good parts, I also show the things that go wrong. And so that can be part of it. That's a little exciting too. Alright, pulling out from the middle. Slowly turning the stone. Right now I'm turning it anti-clockwise. I'm not quite sure what you guys see in your phones. We just hit 3 hours, so thank you all for being here. Alright, I think that's it for right now. Let's have a peek. I'm going to turn off the machine. One of my favorite sounds is that machine turning off. Thank you, 4-star. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all to the new subs. Come join us again. Let's have a look. So it's not like a super polish, but we got 3 wheels to go. And but we got the shape down really well. Really happy with the shape. And the colors. Thank you for persuading me to get that done today, because it stops me from having to get it done in another time. Let's just take a quick picture. There we go. And let's have a look at what we did today. 1, 2. So we did 6 stones. So that's 1 every 30 minutes on average. We did 3 really hard stones, like on the Mohs scale. I can give these a quick squirty squirt. Just employing the puppy right there. And pretty cool. So thanks to Freckle Cat. Thanks to all of you. Appreciate you coming in. Come join us on Thursday. If not, I might be on sooner. Like I said, I got a long weekend coming up, and I have some really nice stuff to show you guys. And I think we're going to be doing another cut outside on the saw. And that's always fun. So yeah, if it's not for the material and the material looking great, we at least have the danger element of being on the tile saw. And well, we can show it. Let's show it while Steven's not. Well, yeah, we'll show it. So while we were doing this, Miss Freckle Cat was building on the Rockhound sub club, and she started on star. You got to stick around for this. So we got stars already, which we showed earlier. I can't. I'm wet. So this is Stephen Pollock.
Whoop, whoop.
So we got Stephen Pollock going. He's gonna love that. He
Whoop,
is.
whoop.
Yep. Whoop whoop. And so we have a whole new gimmick to the channel now.
Focus.
Yep.
Moderating.
Yeah, and Steve's a great help. I mean, please go over to his channel when he's live. Go in there, say hi, give him some hassle. But he really supports a lot of us, and he's always in the chat. So it really helps our channels. So please go over, say hi to him when he's out in the shed and working on something new. He's been doing some opal inlay or resin lately. So pretty cool. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Love you guys. Like I said, we're building up to 100 lives, but we're also building up to 2,500 subs. When we hit that, I think we'll be gifting out a little something or two. All right. So have a good rest of the day. Enjoy your week. Hope it's a short week for you. We will see you at the end of the week, and we're going to have a great weekend next weekend because hopefully we all have a few extra days. All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Take care of each other. Most of all, though, take care of yourselves. Cheers now. I love the support. Thank you.